Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Have you ever asked yourself what creates all these emotions that we have all the time? Well, I had this discussion recently, and one woman argued, emotions come from the heart. That's where I feel them, and that's where they always came from. Another man, her husband actually said, are you crazy? The heart, that's just a pump. Emotions come from the brain. As you can imagine, I really didn't want to get in between Joel's front lines here. So I kind of sidestepped and tried to take a more neutral perspective and find a succinct answer. Well, look, at some point in time, all the educated scholars around the globe concluded emotions must come from the heart. At some later time, all the educated scholars around the globe concluded that the core of our emotions is the brain. Now, given current trends, I'm sure very soon the core of our emotional experience will be some fancy new telecommunication device. Fellow Toastmasters, what do you think? Where will be the core of our emotions? Will it be the heart, the brain, or a device? Well, before I convince you that it will be the device, let's first review and refute the arguments for the alternative options. First, the heart. Well, the heart theory is based on a dualistic worldview, where the material world is strictly separated from the emotional and spiritual world. This theory doesn't explain anything. It doesn't explain where emotions ultimately come from and why they are here. So, it's just like saying, it's magic. Let's move on to the brain. Well, the first person to suggest that emotions are actually a rational product of our material needs was Charles Darwin. He argued that emotions are some instincts to prepare us for our survival. And he said that emotions are just reactions to our environment. Let's have a review of some of his examples. Surprise! Surprise opens up our eyes. It opens up our mouths. We can see more. We get air in our lungs. We prepare for the unexpected. Disgust. We are closing up our nostrils and our eyes. We are protecting from any potential intoxicants entering our body. Or check out anger. When we are angry, we are tensing our muscles. We are increasing our heart rate. We prepare for a fight. Well, looking at this theory, it seems plausible at first. But when you give it a second thought, it doesn't make any sense. That said, it might have been true for our ancestors, and it might have been the reasons why emotions evolved in the first place. But in the modern world, this doesn't make any sense. Look, when you get a surprising message on your phone, why do you open your eyes? You won't see anything more. When you are exposed to Ebola, this won't help you. When you are stuck in traffic, when you hear about a corrupt politician, what fight are you preparing for? I know, I'm sure that there are some half-evolved baboons out there who just act like this, but not me. And now check this out. When I'm really angry, I'm angry for a purpose. And when I rage with reason. What do you think? I guess I refuted that one. Now what are we left with? what is the purpose of communication in the modern world? Actually, there's one very important thing, and that's communication. When I say something and look at your emotions, within a fraction of a second, I can see you are surprised, you are delighted, and you are disgusted. It might not be the most elaborate vocabulary, but it's very fast and gets the message across instantly. And it has some other advantage. It's genuine. When our emotions always tell the true feeling, our true thoughts. Some people might be able to train their mouth and hide their emotions with a smile on their face, but your eyes, your posture, or your voice will always tell the truth. That is why emotions are so important for our communication. It makes us trustworthy and trust each other. When we are communicating through devices, we cannot channel this message effectively. What have we tried? We have tried emoticons, we have tried the video telephony, but actually nothing worked. And I'm not saying that emotions are on the device already, I'm just saying this is the direction we are heading. When my wife gets up in the morning, the first thing that she does is she checks her band and she looks at the phone and say, "Oh, today I slept really well." Is it really that far off to imagine that soon she will wake up, check her device and say, "Oh, my husband still loves me"? Wouldn't then the device become the core, the controlling part over our emotions? Well, whatever will be, we will still experience our emotions first in our heart, then we will measure them in our brain, but maybe we will soon have a device that controls them all.